Goodness Games. Yo, what up, everybody? Tommy, what the heck happened to you?
I'm tired, so...
Hold up. Yeah, I'm taking a picture of this. Look what's right next to me. Look at that thing.
Oh, jeez Louise.
That thing is just hanging out next to me.
I look like a Oompa Loompa.
Oompa Loompas are, like, orange. You're racist.
I meant like I'm fat like one.
You look like the Grimace if someone painted him red.
Thanks.
Hey, Tommy, remember you told me before, after we stopped recording, he was like, "What? I don't have a favorite anime." I was like, "Yes, you do. It's called Mysterious Girlfriend X."
Yeah, it's my favorite.
My favorite.
That's my shit.
Yeah, you know it. Welcome, folks, to Oh My Goodness Games. Episode 15 of Rin's Roots. Where last episode we had lunch, a picnic with Emmy and Rin and Yuko, and there was rain, and we seem to be bugging Rin somehow. What are you doing? Dude!
I was looking at the stand.
Yeah, it's still there. So we're going to continue on from here. Hopefully, we'll get some more good stuff going on now. Yeah. I actually think we're almost done with Act 2. So, where do you be?
Boy!
Alright. So, let's start. The next morning, like every second Monday morning until he says otherwise, I have an appointment with the nurse. Oh, dang, yes! They allow me to skip part of my first class in the morning, and I don't feel any shame in skipping the rest either. Rather than being thankful I get to miss world history, I instead feel dread when I think about those appointments. These appointments. I wake up at the normal time anyway and wash myself in the bathroom I share with Kenji, tidying my sleep, disheveled hair. Luckily, he's not. Please don't be there. Please do not be there. I quickly get dressed and put my laundry in the basket. Oh, thank the Lord. Oh, my Lord. Oh, he wasn't.
I don't like seeing his dingling.
We don't even see it. He's got a fig leaf.
Yeah.
Man, when's the last time you see a fig leaf?
In Genesis?
A fig leaf. I pack up for my...
I thought it looked like a marijuana leaf.
I pack up for the school day. I pack up for the school day. I have all my homework done, like usual, so I have a bit of free time now. There's no point in going to the morning class for 20 minutes before I'd have to get to the nurse's office, so I lie down in my bed and read a book until it's time to go. And the door to the nurse's office is open, which is unusual.
Wow, that is your old computer. It's got floppy disk drive. I can tell exactly. You look at the monitor in the corner.
Yeah.
That's Windows XP.
Yeah.
I can tell just by looking at the bar. It's Windows XP.
You actually pointed that out in the previous playthrough.
I did?
When the first time we ever met the nurse and we saw this background.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, wow.
I just remember you pointing it out. I enter while knocking to announce my arrival. Looking up from his computer screen, he motions me to take a seat with a friendly hello.
With Windows XP on it.
Steam wakes up from my piping hot cup of coffee. Steam wafts up from a piping hot cup of coffee on his desk. It's probably not his first today. How you feeling? How you feeling this wonderful morning, Isao? I'm alright, I think. It was cold yesterday because of the rain, so I woke up feeling a little groggy. You too, huh? Quite a few kids got caught without an umbrella, so we've been spending time handing out masks and curing sniffles. All right, today's the test day. Give me your arm. I extend my left arm towards him, keeping my face expressionless. The nurse ties a rubber tourniquet around my bicep with a practice movement and briskly goes about his business. I don't think anybody really likes getting stuck with needles, but at least I got over my distaste for them. I had to. Now I barely even twitch at the moment of truth. Alright, there's a weird burp. Okay, that was like throwing me off so much. Once that's done, a blood pressure check follows. Then there's checklists and questionnaires to go through. The nurse nods and scribbles in my answers.
Test for?
It's a checkup. Getting a checkup. The nurse nods and scribbles my answers to the questions I give them. All right, let's have a listen now. I unbutton my shirt and put it neatly on the back of the chair I was using while he puts on his stethoscope. I know by heart the order of places where he's gonna listen to my lungs and heartbeat. I adjust my breathing to be even and deep without even being asked. It's become routine now for both of us. It's funny. This is pretty much the only time in one's life when you really concentrate on breathing and nothing else. It's always amused me. The nurse lifts the cold steel stethoscope from my chest and places it a few inches lower, listening again. The contact with the metal makes me flinch on reflex, even though I was expecting it. He furrows his brow, but I can't tell if it's because he's unhappy or if he's trying to pick something specific out among the complex multitude of irregularities in my heartbeat. Is there something wrong? Please, don't talk. I shut up and become more anxious. The nurse is nice, but I can't help disliking these mandatory checkups. I wonder if I'm gonna end up hating all medical appointments from now on because of these. He finally lifts the circular metal plate from my chest, allowing me to talk again. Everything seems to be fine. You feeling all right yourself? I suppose. I was out yesterday when it was raining. Yeah, I really felt under the weather in the morning. Maybe I caught a cold. Were you with Emmy? She came down with a cold too. My people told her to stay in bed for a day or two. Really? I mean, I was with her, but I didn't know she got sick. I guess it was a dumb thing after all. We're gonna go out in the rain like that. Yeah, well, let's put that aside. Everything seems to check out for you, but remember to be careful. Of course. I don't really want to go back to the hospital. He catches something. Maybe repressed terror. I don't know. In my voice, and glances up from some papers he was looking at. Hey, don't worry. At this stage, it wouldn't be a huge crash in your condition to get you rehospitalized. It doesn't really reassure me, but grumbling about it to him won't make any difference. I quietly take my leave. Walking along the corridor from the auxiliary building to the main school building, I encounter a young female nurse coming the other way. She smiles at me when we pass by each other. The lobby is empty of people. No surprise, since classes are all still going on. I hear muffled sounds of discussion coming from behind the first floor classroom doors. I glance at my watch. I've had to rush to get to my classroom on time. I don't feel like going to class anyway, so I decide to climb up to the roof to have an extra long lunch break. Amy promised she'd bring something for me today, but if she's sick, that's probably not going to happen. I'm not feeling hungry anyway, so it's all the same. I climb up the steep stairwell to the roof. The climb up to the steep stairwell to the roof is oddly liberating, almost like losing weight. I feel satisfaction that it doesn't win me as badly as it did the first time I came up here. I push open the squeaky door at the top and step into sunlight. The chain-link fence allows for a grand view of the treetops, all the way to the gray silhouettes of downtown further away.
Is this the same place her and Emmy had lunch?
It is, actually. The dreary weather of yesterday is just a memory now. The silvery blue sky seems to be a mere arm's reach away. I forget for a moment that I'm in a bad mood. The warmth of the sun soaks into my bones, making me feel drowsy and lazy instead. The bells ring for lunch break. Started me back into reality. Soon afterwards, the quad below me burst into life. Students pour out the doors down to the ground floor, intent on enjoying lunch at the quad and the lush gardens in this perfect weather.
Yay.
Then I hear the door to the stairwell being pushed open. I don't bother turning to see who it is. The intruder starts coming towards me with uneven footsteps. The little riven stones the roof is covered with rattle and crunch underfoot. Footsteps stop a few feet behind me, followed by silence. I look upwards into the glowing eye of the sun, absorbing its warmth with my whole body.
What are you doing?
I turn around to the I turn around out of courtesy. I turn around out of courtesy at her first words to behold the slim, awkward figure of Rin Tezuka. She looks very much like herself today, too. Her hair is maybe a tad messier than usual, as if she just got out of bed. She stands with her weight shifted into one foot, looking at me with mild curiosity, as if I was something in a store's display window. I don't know. Just spacing out, I guess. What about you?
Amy promised food. We usually eat here.
I'm afraid you're gonna be...
the way she says that. Amy promised food.
I'm afraid you're gonna be disappointed. I heard Amy came down with a cold.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. She wasn't in class.
Oh wait, no, let me read that over, okay.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. She wasn't in class. She wasn't in class.
It's not that common to get a cold in June, though. It's not that common to get a cold in June, though. You don't think she went running at the track afterwards like she said? The rain just kept going.
Probably.
In the rain?
In the rain.
It sounds like a bit too much for just keeping up with the training regime. Amy's a hard-headed one, though, so I can see her running in the downpour just because she had to. Well, it's obviously overdoing it. Probably why she came down with that cold, too. But I guess it's kind of cool.
Speaking of that, I'm not feeling well either. I feel...
No, wait, hold on. I can't do cute girl sneeze. Rin sneezes pretty hard, failing to stop in time. She cranes her head down to wipe her nose on her shoulder, deciding that would be too unladylike to pull out. So deciding that would be too unladylike to pull out my handkerchief and hold it to her nose. Here, bless you.
Thanks.
She said it was thanks, so she had a stuffy nose.
Man, that sounds dank.
Thanks.
She clears her nose, and I dab the handkerchief gently on it, wiping it clean. Her nose is really cute. Oddly enough, it's probably the girliest part of Rin's face. I think I'm blushing a little, but Rin doesn't notice.
Thanks. I think I might be coming down with something too. Like I was saying.
Hope not. Rin doesn't seem to be bothered about eating, so despite the lack of any provided lunch, we stay up on the rooftop. She comes over and stands next to me, right up against the fence, looking into the same abstract distance I am. Nobody else seems to be coming around to intrude upon this calmness either. It's quiet and peaceful. What does one do on lunch break if not eat? Turns out that, between the two of us, we don't really know. Fortunately, passing time is an activity that manages itself just fine. Even though there's no conversation to fill the silence between the passing seconds, no pointless activities like cloud gazing to spend upon the minutes now and then, time marches on relentlessly. I keep checking the time on my watch, then decide it's a dumb thing to do. Instead, I try to hold out for as long as possible before I check it again. Maybe I can hold out for 6 or 7 minutes. I don't know. Maybe I should check my watch and time it. He didn't say that. That was me. That last one was me. Rin remains silent. idly looking up at the cerulean expanse above us. I wonder why, more than not, she doesn't speak much. She said that she doesn't like speaking because of perceived difficulties with expressing herself properly. As for me, I think I just got sucked into the habit of the hospital, where I spent much of a long stretch of time never really talking to anyone. Most of the time I feel comfortable about this quiet mood, even when I get the feeling that I have to break the silence. It's always so difficult to come up with... I think someone's home, Tommy.
Somebody just broke the silence, literally.
And even when I get the feeling that I have to break the silence, it's always so difficult to come up with something to talk about, even about when it's just Rin. She and I are on such...
I collect my toenails and fingernails in a jar.
Okay. Did the microphone even hear that? Wait, seriously? There's actually people that do that? What do you do with them?
Just try to fill up the jar, just for being random. No purpose to it at all. I only did it because I got inspired by my aunt. One time I saw she had a jar of her, like, baby teeth.
Oh, okay. All you're making me think of is those kids from The Kids Next Door. The delightful children from down the lane. Revealed in one of the episodes that they collect their toenails too.
Why?
I don't know. Why do you do it?
Just to see if I can actually fill up the jar.
Well, according to them, it's a hobby.
My hobby's video game collecting.
She and I are in such different wavelengths that nothing seems to be on common ground, like collecting toenails. What is it that you like about the sky so much? She turns to me, her eyes dark and serious.
Sky's the only thing that is perfect. I know it. I know it. You could say I'm an expert of sky if you wanted, and I am even if you didn't want to. Sky expert. It's always different, but it's always perfect. Also when it's different.
I follow her gaze up into the boundless blue expanse, thinking of her words. Have you ever wanted to be something different?
It wouldn't be so bad to be the sky.
No, I mean, someone else. Someone different. To go to a normal school like everyone else. To not have to worry about stuff.
What stuff?
I try to find the right words for a moment, but I can't manage to form a sentence that I'd be comfortable with actually using. Man, I don't really want to say it out loud.
Try. I'm not so good at mind reading.
Be without a disability?
Don't you ever want to not be disabled? She thinks about this, and then shakes her head, frowning.
That's a hard question. I don't know what to say.
It's okay if you don't want to say anything. For some reason, I'm just so unsatisfied with who I am now that I'm constantly thinking stuff like that. It's pretty hard to admit, but there it is. Honestly, I feel relieved about finally saying it aloud to someone, even if it's just Rin.
What are you trying to say? What?
He's just thinking, like, would his life be easier if he didn't have to worry about his heart?
No, he's saying even if it's with Rin.
Oh, he's like, if it's anyone.
Wait, you hear that music?
Yeah, are we having a moment?
I think I want to be different sometimes. I've thought about changing myself lately, but it's a bit scary, like walking backwards with your eyes closed. The difficult part is the difficult part is to know where your toes is.
Dang it, don't ruin the moment. Alright.
The difficult part is to know where your toes are not pointing. I mean directions. Even if I don't do anything, I would never stay the same. It's like my old paintings. They're different than what I paint now because I'm different. But they're still my paintings, so there's something same. really strange. I am different every day, but I'm still me every day. Who am I then?
Is that a riddle?
If you want it to be.
Alright, no, alright.
I'm different every day, but I'm still me every day. Who am I then?
Is that a riddle?
If you want it to be. If you want it to be. I don't know the right answer though, so you have to come up with it yourself.
Well, it's the sky then, isn't it? Going by your definition just now.
It's the cloud.
Oh.
What?
Oh, I actually managed to surprise her by that. Maybe she had already forgotten about it.
That's right. But I was thinking about myself when I said that. Very strange. Could it be that I actually am the sky?
Remember she said why she likes the sky? Because...
Run in the sky with diamonds. Run in the sky with diamonds.
I don't think that's possible. Your logic is a little off somewhere.
A little.
She looks down and shuts up, and I can see that she's quickly going over the deduction mentally, seemingly unhappy with the results she finally arrives at.
Yeah, maybe I'm not the sky. It would make sense. I have a hard time knowing what kind of person I am.
You're not the only one.
It's like my mind is in some other place than the rest of me.
Underwater?
Yeah, I wonder how I got there.
Remember she talked about being underwater? Can't swim? Something? I have no answer, so a brief silence falls between us for a moment. I shift my gaze back to the sky above us. The last time I really paid much attention to the sky was... I guess it must have been at the hospital. I can only see a strip of the sky from the window of my room. If I walked up to the window and pressed my face against the cold glass, the strip became bigger, but not by much. The sky made me feel sad and lonely, a reminder of the world on the other side. I wonder if there's another world beyond the sky we see from there and the school's roof as well.
Of course there is. It's called heaven.
Or space.
Well, that's it.
That too. I can't stop comparing.
Oh, do you think it's lonely here? Go to space. Nobody's in space.
I can't stop comparing life at Yamaku to my hospitalization, but I really should. I'm not there anymore. The narrow sky from the window of my hospital room, the faces of the doctors, the faces of my parents, the off-white walls everywhere, Iwanako's letter echoing words she never said. They're things of the past now. I wish I'd forget everything up until now, and that time would stop completely. There would be only me and Ren in the sky, an eternal lunch break on this rooftop. Perfect, unchanging, and forever.
Ooh, he's in love.
I'm not sure if I like or hate this school.
I could have gone to a normal school if I wanted to, but I chose to come here.
Why?
I just decided I would. Kind of like melon or plum jelly.
Do you think it was a good idea? I mean, there are a lot of good things about this school, but I think there are a few bad things also.
I know. I kind of collect people because they're interesting. People here really are amazing.
You collect people?
Remember? You remember she used to say that? She collects people. It was like the first time we ever met her in Act 1.
So you physically take someone and put them in a jar?
She mentally collects people.
I'm like him.
Yeah.
People here really are amazing. Most of them, but not all.
When you said people here are you kept pausing.
Yeah.
Maybe think she was going to say people here are retards.
Okay.
Sorry. I don't mean to be serious. I'm not serious.
Some people can't take it. They hurt too much. It gets really bad sometimes, you know? They hurt. I wonder if you're like that too. I hope not. I don't like things like that.
Hey, I'm not your case study, and I'm not gonna give up or die or anything. Anyway, I meant more that this place is too distant from the real world.
What's the real world?
Everything out there. real people with normal, everyday lives that fit together like a puzzle.
Peace out. Little something to tell you. There's no such thing as a normal person.
Yeah, well, here.
You don't think we aren't like that? Real people?
Maybe we aren't. Well, no, we are. I just meant that it feels more like that we're more. I meant that it feels more like we're the leftover pieces. Rin thinks for a while. Her almond-shaped eyes narrowing as she bites her lip a little, like a child.
Is it hard to be disabled?
Question earns a dry chuckle from me.
Considering that, you know what? Little thing here, dude. We are actually, every single person in the world is disabled.
In some way.
You know how, like, I'll give you an example. Everybody has something that they know that they can't understand, right?
Yes.
Congratulations, you're mentally disabled.
Oops. Way to go, you freak. Or whatever.
No.
I know, there's a lot of big uptight people I've met. They're like, they would not be able to handle being not... All you just go is like, you're weird. It's like, excuse me, what? I work so hard to put on an image that I'm not!
That's the problem.
Yeah.
People do that. It's just not good.
Questions earns a dry chuckle from me. You tell me. You've been in this business a lot longer than I have. She thinks about it. She thinks about that for a while.
I don't really feel that I'm disabled. I mean, I do pretty much everything differently, but it's not that hard. I can always practice. I started to practice food things this year. I think I want to learn to cook in a real kitchen someday.
That's admirable, but I don't think that's just a state of mind.
Maybe not to you.
I have no good counter to that.
Ren cooking?
Yeah.
No hands?
Probably just get like a grill, make sure the grill's on the floor. That could work. I have no good counter to that, so I concede by falling silent. The situation is making me more and more confused.
But deadly?
I know what I want, but I don't know how to reach it. Ren seems to believe she can simply will herself into the shape she thinks she needs to be, but can't decide whether she wants to be a bird or a butterfly.
I think, in the end, I'm not really happy that... In the end, I'm not really that happy with who I am either, but it doesn't mean I regret being who I am. That's the thing. That's the thing that's wrong with you, Hisao.
Whoa, hey, whoa, hold up. I've only started to process that rather blunt statement before Rin suddenly hugs me. What are you doing? I've never been hugged by a girl with no arms before. To be honest, it doesn't really physically feel like a hug. Wait, hold up. The awkward way she presses her body against mine and the lack of embracing arms makes it feel like she's fell on top of me. But the warmth of a real hug is still there. And that's how I recognize it for what it is.
I'm hugging you, Hisao.
I know that, but...
Is it wrong? I thought this is what we were supposed to do. I'm not really used to this kind of thing. The first time Emmy hugged me, I got surprised and kicked her in the stomach. I can kick pretty hard, so she hasn't been hugging me an awful lot after that.
I love that line so much. It's not wrong. It's just me. Things are a bit hard for me for the time being. I can't seem to react properly to anything.
Really? So is it hard being disabled after all?
I guess she has me cornered there. I don't have the energy to start arguing against it, but I feel like I have to get something out. Well, no, it's not hard. I think it's just me overthinking things. Really, I wish I didn't feel so sorry for myself all the time. I wonder if I was always this fragile, if I just became this way after my incident. Nothing had ever truly shaken my world like that before, so to There's no telling. Rin presses her cheeks against me tightly. I can feel the warmth of her body close against me. Her body temperature feels really high, as if she has absorbed the sunlight into herself and was now sharing it with me. Or perhaps it's just a natural state for her. Or she has a cold! As she's already stated. It's the most comforting thing I've felt in a long, long time.
Wow, your heartbeat really does sound really weird. It's like a drunken percussion orchestra.
Please don't say stuff like that. I get really very uncomfortable. I laugh at her comment anyway, in an attempt to ease the tension. It sounds a little bit too forced. Man.
What was her, like, drunken what?
She said that his heartbeat sounds like a drunken orchestra. Dude, lean your head up so your ears are near my mouth.
I can hear
Alright. Man, I'm sorry I'm such a mess.
It's okay. It's the best part of you.
Hearing that doesn't make me happy. She breaks off the hug and settles down. An awkward silence falls upon us like a blanket. Me feeling embarrassed about myself and Rin trying to arrange her expression to something she likes. One last time I glance upwards. This rooftop is really great. It's like I'm just a little bit closer to the sky.
I know a better place, but we can't go there in lunch break. I can take you there sometime if you want.
The bell rings for the beginning of the afternoon classes and Rin stands up to make her way downstairs. I don't hurry after her, deciding to stay up here for just a little while longer. Thanks for the hug.
Thanks for not kicking me.
After Rin leaves, I finally let tears roll down my cheeks and cry for my condition for the first and only time in my life. I then cast away that hollow person in my hospital bed forever.
Well,
Wow, that was a moment, wasn't it?
he can't say only time, though, because he doesn't know about the future.
Well, he's just saying, okay, that's it. That's all in the past. Done. I got hugged by an armless girl. The impossible is possible. The impossible is possible. I just got hugged by someone with no arms. Nothing is impossible. Wasn't that sweet? I don't know what the thumbnail's gonna be now. Great. Oh, man.
Oh, maybe draw a picture of, hold on.
Tommy?
To be fair,
I think we'll leave it off there.
No, I just want to say something.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, what?
Okay, so, I think you should draw a picture of Hisao and Ren hugging, but Ren has invisible ghost arms.
I'll see. I'll have to get to it eventually. But,
Hello?
okay, we'll leave it off that. We'll see you next time. Tommy's got a phone. Bye!
This good all day. It's all for me. Hip hip hooray. Oh yeah, I'm singing a song. Don't you know it don't feel wrong? Singing a song. It's totally going at the end of the episode. Singing a song. I can't be wrong when I'm singing a song.